Welcome back to the Jason Reuter Coaches Show. Although Jason Reuter is AWOL today, we have someone a lot better looking than he is today. And we'll start Bearettes Central Girls Bearettes basketball. And Coach Amy Tinsley, longtime assistant here to Coach Reuter. First thing we want to do, though, is introduce your special guest.
I do have some special guests. I got some special freshmen here with me. I have Abby White and Malia Wilcox. These two, they're relentless on the court. Malia, I think she came in the ball game last game and grabbed 3 rebounds right in a row in the varsity. And
I made note of that on the radio.
And she gave 3 assists to Abby, and well, she would have had 3 assists, but they play hard.
Yeah.
This group of freshmen are something special.
Well, I was talking to Malia a little while ago. I thought she was the fastest girl on the team, but she says maybe Crittenden's that fast and Caitlin's that fast. I don't know, but she's not only fast, she's quick, and I define that as fast as how long it takes you to get from this end of the floor to this end, and quick is how quickly you can react on defensive play or on offensive play. And you've got a little head fake bob, and you're going by your defender there pretty good. Malia, when did you start playing basketball? How young were you? A lot of kids played really early.
I started playing basketball at 2nd grade. I don't know how old I was at that time.
Probably 7 or 8 then. So where'd you play at?
Parkview.
Parkview. Where'd you play middle school ball at?
Cleveland Middle School.
Cleveland Middle. And Abby?
I played like my whole life, basically, since I was like a little taller.
Started in elementary school. Where'd you go to elementary at?
I went to Waterville Elementary.
Then to Lake Forest. And you played last year on the state champion
Yes, sir, I did.
Middle Tennessee team. I bet that felt good to win that.
Yes, it did.
Coach Morris does a bang up job down there. And
Yes, she does.
We're glad to have
Love
both of
her.
you guys here with us at Bearettes Central High School. Bearettes now. Do you play other sports here at Bearettes Central, Malia?
I'm planning on running track.
Running track. So you'd be a sprinter, speed runner, or would you do distance, or both? Or
A sprinter. I don't do distance. I can't run.
the sprinters is pretty good there. That's perfect for you because of your speed. Abby, you play other sports at
I
Bearettes?
play tennis.
Or Coach Elrod?
Yes, sir.
So y'all are going to have a new track. Not a new track, a new
Court.
Court.
Yeah.
It's come along quite nicely.
Yes.
As Coach Reuter finally shows up, and we'll move on without him there, and we'll let him. He might have a walk-on appearance here later in the game there. Coach, your season so far as the head JV coach. How long have you been head JV coach?
This is my 2nd season.
Second season as head coach of JV. But you've been with the program as an assistant for how many years?
This is year 10 for me.
Wow.
This is 10 years, yeah.
Time flies. And before that, of course, you were a Bearette, playing for Paul Cretton back in the day.
Back a long time ago.
And yeah, it's been a couple weeks or so. Well, you do a good job there. Let's talk about this season. What's your record so far this year?
So our record so far is 13-0.
13-0.
We've played a few tough teams. I think Stewart's Creek was our toughest battle that we've had, and our girls, our freshmen, our JV in general, they're tough. We've got a little bit of in every position, and they play hard. They compete every day against a top 5 state Tennessee team, and so of course that's going to make you better.
Oh yeah. Well, these 2 young ladies here are both freshmen, and I know they both start for you on the freshman team or the JV team, but they get a lot of playing time too, because we had some games where the league got to the point where they could put them in there. And Abby, you're more of a shooter. I've seen you shoot middle school and high school, long distance shooting those threes. Is that your specialty, I guess?
Yeah.
Do you dribble drive any, try to get inside?
Sometimes, but more the 3.
And Malia, I look at you and I think this girl can play some hard defense for one thing, but you can shoot the ball too, though.
Yeah.
What do you? I always like to ask this question, especially when the coaches stand here listening. What would you like to be better at as a Bearette to improve your game, your value to the team? Anything comes to mind? Abby, I'm going to ask you the same thing, so I'll give you a chance to think about that too.
I want to be able to drive and shoot it more. Drive and shoot it more. I've been doing it kind of lately in these games. And I think I'm getting pretty better at it.
So drive and finish.
Yeah.
With your speed, if you can find a little daylight, get in there, you're going to have a chance to score or get fouled or both. That's a good thing. Abby?
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing. Driving more and finishing to the basket.
Well, Coach, you've got some coaching up to get them ready. They're only freshmen, so you got 3 more years with them after this season. We got a lot to go this season. Tonight, going across town, we're going to ask Coach Reuter about this too. A team we've already faced once a year, Cleveland High School, a big district game. It's a makeup game for the weather delays from earlier. Trying to complete another unbeaten season in the district, which the streak right now is at 109 straight And Cleveland High was the last team to beat us back in December of 14 when we played at Cleveland Middle. They beat us in overtime over there.
I remember that game.
So what do you look for out of tonight's game? It's going to be, now you're going to have a JV girls game first, 3:30.
3:30.
JV boys game, varsity girls, varsity boys. So how did the game go with them in the JV the previous time? Do you recall off the top of your head?
I mean, we played pretty well against them. I think just having the rivalry that we have, it's hard to. Sometimes you got to tone these girls back a little bit because they're so ready to go out and play this game. So, I think we just got to stay focused and do what we do. The first game, it really doesn't matter what it was because we got to step up and play again tonight. So, we're looking forward to the challenge and just ready to play.
Games like this, it makes it so emotional. Is you know every guy on that, every girl on that team. You played with them, probably some of them, especially you in middle school. You played with some and against them in middle school too. So it's not like it's just going out of town to play somebody where you don't know a soul of the other team, but you know these guys. And I know there's a lot of trash talking, so to speak, goes on before the game, during the game, and after the game too, depending on who wins it. But it's going to be a fun battle over there tonight.
It's always fun. Anytime you can play Walker or Cleveland in a hometown rivalry that as rich as history that we have here and our community gets involved, it's just a fun game. So we're just looking forward to going out and battling tonight.
It's going to be a big crowd, and then you've got another game Saturday, girls JV. It's going to be at
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock with Knox Catholic, followed by varsity girls with Catholic, and then the varsity boys with Brainerd. That's senior
night.
Senior night, so we'll be on the air broadcasting that game on Mix 104.1, on Buzz 101.3 actually, Saturday. And we'll be talking to all those seniors throughout the afternoon there. It's afternoon now, so we'll have that for you. We're going to take a break right now. We'll come back here and check in with Coach Reuter on the Bear Network on the Coach Reuter Basketball Show. Welcome back to the Jason Reuter Coaches Show here on the BCHS Bearettes Network. Coach Reuter, glad to have you with us again today. Let's talk about, since our last time we had a game, you had 2 wins, pretty easy wins, McMinn and Ray County, I guess it was. We had our district meeting yesterday, and the Bearettes are seeded number 1. Could be a tie, co-champions, unless you beat Cleveland, unless Cleveland beats you tonight. But the coin flip says you're going to be the number 1 seed no matter what, so you're not going to play until Saturday afternoon of next week, of course, when the number 1 seeds play. Will you be playing, when to find this out, the early games like we normally do, the 2 o'clock game? Okay. So 2 o'clock for the Bearettes against somebody next week. You had 5 girls, all 5 starters named to the all-district team, and that's a pretty good accomplishment for you there. We've not had that happen a whole lot, but it's happened in the past. But that shows you some respect that the coaches, you can't vote for your own players. And congratulations to you, co-coach of the year with Tony Williams, too. We'll throw that in there. Those players.
Yeah, I wish we'd have done a recount. We just did 1 coach of the year. We don't need co-coaches. But I was glad to see our 5 starters get recognized. They deserve it. And as you say, it's voted on by other coaches. And, somebody's going to get left off, and it's inevitable that I'm sure there's coaches disappointed. But I thought we've left there before with less kids on the all-tournament team than people who finished 3rd. So all it's regular season team, I should say, not tournament. But it's nice for those kids, us coaches. We got to be sensitive to that. These kids work hard. They like to be recognized, but in the big scheme, you could be all district to me and not be on that team, and it doesn't change my thoughts about you. So there's, we got another girl that could have been on there, but anyhow, we'll collect that hardware later and hand it out. And our goal is about tonight playing Cleveland. That's what we're worried about. And they say that you just said we're going to win the coin toss, but this game means a lot because it's for first place straight out, no co-champions.
Right.
So, and the streak has been going on for a while, so I don't want to end that streak.
109.
Well, I was talking about district championships.
Well, it's
11 in a row.
11 in a row. And this
It's going to 12.
Could be 12, I know. But
I guess it's going to be 12 either way, right, Coach? It'll still be 12.
Yeah. It is, you're right.
But we have a lot of respect for Cleveland's team. They're good.
Yes, they are.
The record shows that, and we will have to play. I told the girls last night we don't have to play anything other than just Bearette basketball. We go over and play Bearette basketball, and I think sometimes people get caught up telling you to rise to the occasion. You don't have to rise, you just got to do what you've been doing. And I'll take our chances if our kids do that.
Well, I've talked to Coach Tinsley about these two young ladies. Tell me your thoughts on these young ladies. What do you see in them for the future for the Bearettes?
I'm very blessed
two
to have
freshmen here.
Yeah, Malia and Abby here. I can tell you these kids, they add a lot of. First of all, they add a lot of effort to our program, and number two, they add a lot of stability. When I look down the road, sometimes people get caught up in we talk about living in the moment, and you can't live in the past, and you can't look too far ahead, but both these kids right here are a big part of our future. They're part of our program every day. They're starting on the JV, dressing varsity. I know they don't get to play a lot on the varsity right now, although they're good enough to play for most varsity teams. But they're running the other team's offense, so running our scout team. Sometimes I look up in practice and, you think your Hannah Joneses, your Sloan Carpenters, your Ashland Crettonans, Carsey Webbers, you think they would be getting more reps, but these two right here may be getting more reps than they do because they're running the scout team. And then when we have to guard them, they have to stay out there continuously for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Then we take a water break, and then they're right back in again.
So they're in
I'm
shape.
not sure they're not getting more actual steps in practice than our starters are. But that's been our system here, and I think according, you can look at our records over the years, I think our system has worked pretty well. And
I'd say so.
these girls will both be starters here. I'm not going to say when. I'm just telling you, if good Lord keeps them healthy and they keep their attitudes where they are and they keep working hard, these both will be future Bearette starters. Maybe before they even realize it.
Yeah. Well, there you go, girls. You heard that. It's up to you as much as anybody now, though. What's your biggest concern right now this time of year as you get ready for the tournament? I mean, it looks like you're injury-free right now.
Yeah, health. Yeah, well, no,
Yeah.
we're not superstitious.
Yeah, we're not super, just, as you say, little stitches.
Just a little stitious, not
Yeah.
superstitious. Health is number one concern.
Yeah.
At this point, there's no saying a leopard doesn't change his spots. We are who we are. We have a pecking order. We have a style of play. Now, we make adjustments here and there, and we'll have to adjust tonight. We know what we're going to do tonight, but same time, it's a chess match. So my biggest concern is health. Balancing, you got to practice, and you got to stay healthy. Practice. We all know the practices get shorter at this time of year, but film sessions may not. And the amount of time you put in doesn't change. But these kids can tell you our practices, we don't have any 2-hour practices anymore. So we're trying to keep them fresh, keep them intense. And also there's a word that they hear me say a lot, it's called hunger. We can't lose your hunger, coaches or players. It's very easy to have a bad day and come in and come to practice and if you're not careful, if you don't let this override this, your mind has to overpower your fatigue, and you got to come in and fight through every day. It's just like anything, consistency over and over and over and over and over. They tell me the Grand Canyon started with one drop of water, and over and over and over. Now you got this giant wonder of the world. So that's the same way with basketball. You just got to keep coming over and over, but you got to keep them fresh. You got to keep them excited, and you got to keep them enthused. We're playing Cleveland tonight. I don't have to get these girls up tonight.
Right.
Tonight I'll have to probably calm them down a little bit.
That's what Coach Caesar was thinking, the very same
Yeah.
thing. Well, you've had 22-3 now, or 21-3, 21,
22.
22-3, and the 3 losses you've had are some very good quality teams that in the long run will help you out there. You've got a tough game coming up Saturday afternoon. I know you're playing Cleveland tonight in the district game. That's the biggest game on your schedule by far right now. Then you've got close out the regular season with the game against Knox Catholic Saturday afternoon. And we've seen them twice already. We split games with them, so it's going to be interesting, a good challenge, a good way to wrap up the season, I guess, against a quality team rather than somebody beat by 40, 50 points.
Yeah, that's why we scheduled them. Coach Maines is a personal friend of mine, and he's taken his losses to us over the years. He was at Daniel Boone, and he got us up there last time, and we're friends. There's no ill feelings. He's got a good team. He does a good job. He kept playing us, and he kept his style of play, and he shot the ball. They shot his daughter, Sydney Maines, right?
Maines,
She's an unbelievable shooter.
Sophomore.
And sophomore.
6 footer.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how we bounce back. We got one day to get ready. You're coming off a Cleveland game too, so the emotions are, you know, you're not careful, you'll climb up and then you'll flat. So I'll make sure these girls are sharp. We know what they're going to do. They're going to run a 2-3 matchup zone, and we know who their players are. But we'll cover that on Friday.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to worry about Cleveland.
It's going to be a good challenge for you there.
Yeah, it's an exciting time of the year. I know we're not quite in playoffs yet, but it almost feels like we are.
Yeah.
This game, we don't ever play Cleveland this late.
Yeah.
And this was all a rescheduled game because of school being out. So
Need
we
everybody there.
very well may be playing a team tonight that we'll see in the district finals. On paper, that's the way it looks, but we don't play it on paper.
Well, it's played out. The regular preseason, the pick was Bradley, Cleveland girls 1 and 2. And that's the way it's played out here, you know, by the coaches and by the media, I guess it was. And that's the way it's played out here in the regular season. So we'll have the final go around tonight, and then Catholic on Saturday. You girls be ready for your JV game, 3:30 today over at Cleveland High School. That'll be a fun game with Coach Tinsley yelling at you and leading the way there. She's very vocal. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, could be vocal. Got to make yourself heard out there. I know in Spirit of Smith. Thanks, Malia. Thanks, Abby. Thanks, Amy, for being here. Coach, we appreciate you as always. Good luck tonight. We'll see you next week and do the same thing.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks for having us.
Till next time, God bless and go Bearettes.